Holiday travel, taxes, bank accounts, news, and Philippine life. Here I'm walking over in Mandawi. Went to visit a friend who has recently got out of the hospital, and I'm walking back towards Cebu City from Mandawi. Nice day, nice warm day for a walk on the shady side of the street. I want to cover several items in this video, and the one I didn't list in the title, bank accounts. If you're from the USA in particular, not sure about other countries, but I bring this up. I just watched a video from Integrity Legal Thailand, a lawyer that puts out regular videos on legal issues there in Thailand, but it has to do with a lot of US items as well. So if you are, the U.S. requires, if you are American citizen, U.S. citizen, and you have over $10,000 U.S. dollars in foreign bank accounts, you have to do a report called FBAR, F-B-A-R, I believe is the name of the report you need to do. And you might have several different accounts, but if they all add up to $10,000 or more, you have to fill out that form. Now there are some banks in some countries who don't want to give Americans or U.S. citizens from America bank accounts because of the additional reporting that they have to do to U.S. citizens. Now back to taxes. April 15th in the USA is tax deadline, and the USA is one of about two different countries in the U.S., my understanding, that requires you to file an income tax report, even if you live out of the country. And with many countries, they have an agreement where if you're taxed in one country, you're not taxed in the other country. So here in the Philippines, I process both a Philippine tax form as well as a U.S. tax form, and it's so that you're not doubly taxed that way. But they take that into account. If you're not familiar with that, find yourself a tax person, an accountant, who is familiar with foreign taxes and how they relate to a bunch of hobble drivers. Joyride is the name of their company.
I'm just walking now. Yeah.
Joyride is one of three registered companies. There's Anchus, Joyride, and forget the name of the other one. They all have apps you can download, and you can schedule a pickup, just like with Grab Car, and they'll pick you up. And one is, I think Anchus is the most expensive than Joyride, and the other one are a little bit lower. There were several other companies that wanted to get registered as well, but my understanding is that they're going to limit it just those three. And for over a year, maybe 2 years now, it's been a trial type basis because legally there is no regulation for hobble for motorcycle taxis to even be operating. The Supreme Court a couple of years ago shut them all down during the middle of the lockdowns, and that lasted maybe a week, and then everybody started going back. Too many people depended upon them. Mandawi Foam over there. Mandawi Foam is kind of a furniture store, basically, bedding and furniture. Uratex Foam and the truck there. I contacted them many months ago to get some quotes on acoustic foam, and took a long time for them to answer my email. Finally, somebody contacted me from factory here in Cebu City. Said, "Oh yeah, I'll get you pricing," and never heard from them again. And that's typical of the three different foam companies. I've asked for information and pricing on their foam, and never received any information back. Very frustrating dealing with some of the companies here. Holiday travel. I'm making this video during the Easter holiday. You've got Thursday, Friday, Good Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Easter Sunday and Easter Monday, and a lot of businesses, banks, government offices are closed one or more of those working days. So it just depends upon your region. Malls, this is one of the major Christian holidays here in the Philippines, and one of the times that malls, different areas in each area will close different days. So just check that out if you plan on going to the mall. Uh, maybe a Friday and Saturday or Saturday and Sunday. Um, and also travel. Many Filipinos are traveling back to their provinces to celebrate the Easter holidays. So ferries, jeepneys, buses will likely be very packed, and they will be running additional buses, for instance, to try to accommodate. Many years ago, I was with a group of girls. Gosh, back in 2016, I think we were going up to San Romeo, or we're going up to Fantastic Island up north on Cebu, just off of Cebu Island. And they got off at 10 o'clock. We went across to the bus terminal, North Bus Terminal, and we had to wait for buses. Long lines waiting for buses. I think about a little after midnight, 12:30. So we got on a bus and we got up there about 3:30 in the morning. As far as other travel news, it is the Philippines is one of the easiest countries in the world to come and stay on a tourist visa, even up to 3 years. You need to renew or extend that tourist visa. You can do it 1 month, 2 months, and some places will allow you even 6 months at a time. And you can do that at one of the many immigration offices located across the Philippines. Or you can use somebody like JRC Visa Consultancy and Immigration Services. They've got offices in Cebu City, right across from Ayala Mall, in Dumaguete, and up in the Manila metropolitan area. You're also allowed to do some extensions online now, and somebody told me they're even taking foreign credit cards. That wasn't the case not very long ago at all. Now, if you are in the country for 6 months or longer and you want to leave the country, you need to get an exit clearance. And that basically, you do that at an immigration office also, or use like JRC Visa Consultancy to apply for that. You can do it, I think, even up to a month before you leave. But they just check to see if you have any criminal or civil cases filed against you before you leave the country. There was recently a case, the foreigner was at the airport, had stayed over 6 months, he didn't get his exit clearance. They didn't allow him to fly out of the country, so he missed his plane. He had to go back and take care of the exit clearance and rebook his flight. Now, in other travel news, if you're flying into the Philippines, from most countries in the world, but not all, you can fly in and get a visa on arrival. That means you come with your passport, should have at least 6 months validity to it. And when you arrive, they'll stamp and give you 30 days. And then before that 30 days is up, if you're going to stay longer, you go to a Bureau of Immigration office and get an extension for another month. Other than that, you are pretty free to travel around the Philippines by plane. There are many airports in the Philippines, by plane, by bus, by jeepney, by taxi, where they have taxis. Dumaguete, for instance, still doesn't have taxis. So you're going to take a jeepney or a tricycle if you're in that area. Or a bus. And this has been an evolving deal. It depends upon if you're traveling to various islands, smaller islands, you're going out to tourist areas, your transportation modes will change by the area that you're in. It might be a V-hire, a 12 to 18 passenger van, might be buses available, might be jeepneys, might be Motorbike taxis might be your only option in certain areas, just depends upon. But over the years, I can tell you that transportation infrastructure for tourists has increased immensely. I know I was down by Surigao City, and we went out to a waterfalls, and I mean there wasn't much in the way. We finally found a motorbike taxi. He had wooden plank sticking out the side, so he could get not just people on the back, but people sitting on the sides either side of his motorbike as well. One other thing about traveling, if you're coming into the country, you are required to fill out the e-travel form. You go to the Philippine government website, you do a search for e-travel, should bring you to the form, very easy to fill out, similar to what you would fill out on a paper form in the plane before you landed, basically stating where you're going, where you're from, where you're going, just basic information. Traffic gets a little crazy here in the Philippines. We literally share the road, pedestrians, motorbikes, vehicles. This is a very busy road in Mandaue, and back the other direction goes back towards Fortuna Avenue, which would take you to J Mall, J Center Mall, where immigration used to be. Following it, continuing follow it this direction would take you to SM Mall in Cebu City. And there is no sidewalk, basically, for a long space here. And this is probably 3 in the afternoon, so not really rush hour yet. Rush hour gets backed up much more on this road. They had talked about widening this road, but many of the people who have properties here did not want to sell. So I think they canceled that. They're looking for another route to make a wider transportation route, because this route gets very backed up. Interesting. First time I've seen a traffic enforcer here at this little intersection. And yeah, all these motorbikes, and yeah, it's 2-lane road, but they make 3 or 4 lanes out of it basically, plus shared with us pedestrians. And they try not to run me over most of the time. There's a real good steakhouse up here a little bit, I'll point out, called Fat Jim's, I think. Pretty reasonable, a lot of USD, Australian and New Zealand steaks in there, from relatively inexpensive but very good sirloin on up to 3,000 to 4,000 peso steaks. Another traffic enforcer director at a little intersection there. Down that road takes you to Bamboo Bay condominiums. I've done video there, lived there for a little over a year, and interesting place. I've done. Gosh, I've got like 1,300 videos up. A lot of condo videos. What do you get? What do they cost to rent, to buy? And Fat Jim's is just right to the right here. I think I'm gonna swing the camera. Yeah, there you go. Fat Jim's right there. Small little place, but and it gets busy, so get there early.
Korea Grocery.
Not sure what their hours is. There's a Korean grocery there. I've eaten at the Korean restaurant. I think they've got a Korean restaurant still there. And hotel just there on the left, All Alpha or something like that. Forget the exact name. But this intersection here is a T. Off to the left is a subdivision, housing subdivision. To the right, take a right, will take you right to Ayala Mall on Kebahog Street. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Safe travels, take care, and I'll see you next time.